Greetings, fellow cruisers. This is Jeff from Enjoy Life Traveling. Today we are going to talk about cruise ducks. I'm going to talk about its origin. I'm going to talk about what I'm currently doing. We're going to talk about the do's and do nots of it, how to hide them. And so I'm just going to jump right in. This actually started in 2018. It was a little girl, 10-year-old girl named Abby who wanted to just hide ducks to make people smile. And it's taken off on social media. They've got their own, things all over Facebook. And I thought maybe YouTube could use another one. So I wanted to give you my take on it. So I've started hiding ducks, but other people have been doing it, obviously, as I said, for a long time here, since 18. And a few things you need to know is the proper etiquette for cruise ducks is to get a picture of yourself holding the duck. And usually you're going to want to post that on a site provided. Mine have a card that'll say, the name of my channel, obviously. And I'm kind of just now getting going with the Facebook side of that. But I do want to have some things out there. I will be putting something out there after recording this. And so you want to get a picture of that, post it. If you want to put a little story involved, that's also great. And I did this. My first one was on Grandeur of the Seas. That was at the end of February. That led right into March. And then on the 80s cruise, I also hid some ducks. And so when you find a duck, again, you want to post a picture of yourself. Now, you can keep the duck or you can rehide the duck. A lot of people like to keep them. I think you'll find yourself probably wanting to rehide them because, frankly, after you have them for a while and you show a few people, it's like, well, what am I going to do with them? Well, you're going to probably end up hiding them anyway. And what I've done on mine is I've even kind of put something on there about doing that. But also, letting, when you're posting it, put it out there. Is it out there again? Maybe we can find a way. I'm still learning how I'm going to do it, but I want it to be something to where hopefully if someone wants to rehide it, that we can kind of see those same ducks and maybe some sort of history with it. Again, I'm kind of working on what that's going to look like. When I was hiding the ducks, I tried to hide them, but not necessarily make them impossible. So I hid them in places like when I was in the Windjammer, I got the plates kind of stacked. I'd put one in there. This was on Grandeur. I've been hiding them in the solarium, like behind the pillars, underneath the staircases. I don't want to do anything that's going to be, dangerous for someone to get. I've seen some of that. My first time out, I was trying to do some things with magnets, and the magnets that I bought weren't strong enough to do much of anything. I got a couple of them to stand because I thought having them up high might be kind of fun rather than have everything just kind of down low. But, behind statues, sort of not within statues without someone possibly breaking something. You don't want to drop it into a vase or something to where someone's picking it up and, your name's on there. Don't do that. Don't rehide them there. I'm not going to be hiding them there. But I'm hiding them in places that are not quite in plain sight. But again, you can do whatever you want with it. It's your duck. Enjoy it how you like. But that's what I've been doing is trying to put them to where they were in spots that were not completely easy to see, but really not that hard either because I want it to be fun. So some rules you might want to consider. I say rules, it kind of is what it is. I don't know if there's necessarily a rule. But you don't want to hide ducks if you're doing it. You don't want to hide them in the gift shops of any of the cruise lines. It can be looked at as, the same kind of a thing when you find it as if you were stealing something. Certain, people that are working there may not know the difference. The security cameras, they see someone grab something. Maybe it goes in a mother's purse or in a pocket, and it could lead to some uncertainty. Again, you don't want to put it in a spot that is dangerous to get to, obviously, or anything that would be in an unsanitary type of a nature there. So, it's one thing to put it beside the plates, but I wouldn't put it between or in food or something like that. Don't do anything obviously crazy there. Make it somewhat easy to find, but not necessarily harmful to anybody in any way. Now, as far as the ducks goes and the types, really, you can do whatever you want. Your average duck, I guess you can call it average. I hope you know what we're all talking about there. Something about this size, what I'm talking about. If you can get something around that size, that's typical. But there's some real small ducks that are out there you can do with. There's some bigger ducks. There's all different kinds of ducks with different shapes. That one I was showing you was a cowboy, but you can get them in all different things. I've got a few military ones. I had kind of a punk rocker one that I had put out when I was on the 80s cruise. But again, those small ones, I saw one person that actually used a poker chip and had done a little small duck and attached it with an adhesive onto a poker chip, not a usable poker chip, a fake one. And then even had a little bottle of a beer that they had also glued to it, a miniature bottle. And it was real cute. They had a little tag on it that had said that was their 50th birthday they were celebrating. And so that's what that was for. And it really allowed people to kind of get immersed as to who the person is and go back and report it again on the sites that are out there. Again, it's a fun thing. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. I totally get that. But it can be kind of fun, and you don't want to load down your bag because it takes up room. So I've been taking about 10 per sailing, and I'm not sure. I may dial that back a little bit. I've got a 3-night and a 4-night and a 5-night and then a 12-night and then another 5-night, all back to back to back to back to back. 5 different cruises, one right after another, on several different ships. So it may not be feasible for me to carry 50 ducks, but maybe I'll do 5 per ship and something along those lines. So, and again, there's no number that you have to hit. You could do 1 if you want, but something to think about there as far as what's going to cost in your bag, the weight limits if you got a particularly heavy duck, and then you're going to want to have a tag on that. As for, I mean, you don't have to have a tag, but you're probably going to want one if you're going to try to set something up for people to kind of let you know and see them finding it, the look on their face. Sometimes, kids find them and it just absolutely, sets their world on fire. I actually hit a duck that I had found on a cruise before I was really hiding ducks for the channel. And I just stuck it down. I met some different people that I didn't know, and we had went to a show, and I just kind of, before I left, I had stuck it kind of right at the base of the table. So the next people coming in would be able to find it. And a lady that I did not know, just as she's getting up, she goes, "Oh, there's a duck." And I said, "That wasn't there a second ago." He says, "Yeah, I was hiding it." She said, "Okay, well, yeah, I found it." And she walked out with it, which is fine. She was happy. I guess the same kind of a thing. But I was like, well, it wasn't quite what I had in mind. But yeah, I got a smile. I guess that's the main thing there. So anyway, yeah, you have to be kind of careful when hiding them, because sometimes as soon as you lay them down, they get picked up because people are watching, and sometimes they just really be the one to find the duck versus if it's obvious. Usually if I find a duck, a lot of times I won't necessarily take the duck. I'll maybe get a picture and then rehide it or just leave it back where it was. Now, I've seen ducks made with their keychains. I've seen crocheted ducks. And really, even lately, I've seen some other things where people are hiding, turtles and other animals like that, even ones that have been crocheted. So it's not just ducks that are out there, but that's kind of where it started from, like I said, from the 10-year-old girl in 2018. Now, what you should know is that some cruise lines have actually banned hiding ducks, and that would be Disney Cruise Line and Norwegian. Now, as far as you know, there's no actual penalties for that are being enforced. I don't think there's anything out there, but again, when I'm putting out this video versus whenever someone's watching it down the road, things could change. But right now, they're trying to discourage you from doing that. Again, don't know why, don't know what it hurts, but maybe, like I said, if someone's putting it in an unsafe spot, something like that, just be aware of the policies of the cruise lines, particularly with those two at this point. Hiding the rubber ducks can be a fun way to get to know some people, to interact with some people. I'm going to put this on my YouTube site, obviously, if you're watching this. I'm also going to add this to this video to the Facebook. So if you could, and it's okay if you don't, but if you could, go to that my Facebook, which is Enjoy Life Traveling. Right now it has a picture of my wife and I. May put the other logo that's on the YouTube, but I'm too new to the process here. But go ahead and maybe put a comment in if you wanted to put a picture of you with a duck. I'd appreciate that. And if you found it, other ducks even, I'd really be appreciative to know that. Just want to kind of start a fun conversation that's not too serious. Sometimes we get so wrapped up into life and all the serious stuff that goes on that we can miss some of the fun. So I want to tell you, happy cruising. Go out there and hide some ducks. We'll see you in the next video, which I'll have right up here. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good day. Bye.